Hey guys, thanks for joining me for another Dissidia Final Fantasy Opera Omnia video. Today we're going to do a character guide on Leonora, who just dropped in DFFOO. If you're not familiar with Leonora, she is a big-time battery healing support type character. She is known for having kind of a cheese tactic with characters that kind of self-inflict damage to them. So my plan is I'm going to do her showcase like on a normal setup. And then really quick after, I'll show you guys how to do like that cheese with her. It gives you like really insane percentage gauge on your FR boost, right? So in this video, we're going to look at her calls, her artifacts, and her spheres, and then we're going to kind of do like a quick double showcase on her. So her calls, I just went over them, and her calls actually look really good. Like, really, really good. Like, could be top tier. They're both party buffs, right? So this first one is giving the party HP regen, HP damage taken minus 30%, and last stand. So this is a very defensive call, which, you know, when we look at like the top tier calls like Rydia and Raijin, right? And or else we have like Kurasame, like the ones that have HP damage. So the things that we see in these top tier calls, they're either like really defensive or they're giving you HP damage up. Well, her calls are going to end up doing both because her 15 is very defensive with the party last stand and the HP damage taken down. But then her LD, her LD has an HP damage up, Brave gains up, and Overflow up, which is awesome. So you're getting HP damage, and I believe it's a 20% HP damage up, which is very good. So you're getting like all the types of things that you want on her call. So I like it. I think it's actually a really nice little call. You're getting HP damage, you're getting defensive stuff in there, you're getting some other really nice buffs. It does actually seem quite good to me. So if you do end up going on Leonora's banner, you know, ticketing for FR isn't the worst thing if you got extra tickets, because she's going to be a good force charger for Black. Like, Black Crystal is starving for support characters, so that gives her a lot of value, but then you're getting a really nice call with her as well that I actually do see myself using in the future. So definitely a really nice call there. So let's look at her kit herself, right? And artifacts, like, she's a brand new character, so I have not farmed these yet. So what you're going to want for her artifacts is you want her C50, which is called a Popped Trainee of Troya up. I know that's like a lot there, but that's party attack and max brave up, which is good. And then for the other one, you want to pair it with either attack 108 or max brave 330. Now, she's going to be kind of similar to Iggy in that it depends on how you're going to use her if you want to lean more attack or lean more max brave. My gut feeling is to lean more max brave. I see her in the long run being mainly just a support character, and she does a lot of brave gain and battery scale on max brave, and to me that's the type of character she is. So my gut feeling, I'm going to do max brave 330 and then the Epopt of Trainee Troya up. That's what I'm going to do. But if you do get her BT, I think she is going to have solid damage, and if you're going to use her more as a damage dealer, which like Ignis with BT can be, then you might want to lean more attack. But I think what I would recommend players to do is go max brave 330, because I think you're going to have more value with her in the long term as a support character, right? Then we're going to go ahead and look at her spheres. So for spheres on the A slot is an offensive sphere. So you could go like attack or brave damage or even magic attack up for her. But I think something like a Sephiroth or like a Yang, something that has attack and max brave, I feel like would be highest priority. Because then you're getting attack for the damage, but then max brave, like I said, I feel like I see her more as a support character than a damage dealer. So I'd say an A slot where you're getting max brave is good. You could even go crazy and go with something like a Bartz if you want to just focus on max brave, you could. I think something that has either a max brave attack combo or just a max brave, that's personally what I would put on A slot. C slot, you have a lot of nice options here. She's a big time healer, right? So there's a lot of C slots that trigger on healing. So I think like Lude, Maria, and Iris I think would be the top picks, because these are going to give party attack up. So any of those with party attack I would recommend. I had a bunch of extra Irises sitting around, so I went through that one on. And then D slot, I think Hope is probably her best in slot here because it's party, max brave, and attack. Cisne is good as well. It just triggers on a crit hit, whereas this is like a big time like support buffing character, so she's going to be buffing a lot. So I think Hope is a really easy trigger for her to hit. So that's what I'd recommend doing there. Waka could work if you know you're running a team that's always going to keep 2 more buffs on her. But herself, she's only going to self-sustain 3 buffs. So I would maybe avoid Waka unless you think for sure you're always going to be buffering her a little bit. Waka is also good. It's attack max rate, but you got to have 5 buffs on the character, right? All right. So with that, we shall hop into the showcase and see how she's looking. So what I'm going to do is we're just going to do a normal showcase. And I'm going to show, like, she's another character. It's kind of a trend. Another character that echoes very, very well with Aerith. And if I can get a double Aerith here, I made the mistake of maybe using too many Aeriths during my... I was doing some pre-farming here with my chat. We're live right now, live streaming this. But I grabbed some Aeriths because I just went into quests and just grabbed who was first. I almost ran out of Aeriths, but we got one here. I would say I think I am getting to the point now where I actually like seeing Aerith more than Selfie. Especially with like Fujin around, because if I want to launch, I'll just bring Fujin. But Selfie's still very good as a friend unit. Alright, so we're going to hop in here. I think for Iggy, we definitely want Iggy. We'll go on memory lane stance, just for debuff evasion. And it's more, you know, it's more, the more defensive stance, which we'll take. Do I want BT effect up like immediately? Maybe. We might, because I might get into FR pretty quick. Well, I'll probably take my time and go around actually, but that's fine. We'll put BT up. I do want to get a Sage Fire up as well, I think. So what I'm doing here for the initial showcase is we're just going to really dress her up with like a full support squad here. Just see what kind of damage she can do. Now, my Leonora is fully built out, but I did not blue her armor. And I do not have her BT. So just keep in mind whatever numbers we're seeing here in terms of damage, she can definitely go beyond that. Now, before we jump in, we're going to talk about her overhead. And it's kind of funny because she's very comparable to Aerith, actually, with her overhead. So her overhead is that orange crystal. And she just gets this at quest start. Yeah, she just gets this. Okay. And what it does is, as long as she has 100% or more HP, she will trigger a follow-up after her own turn, and her follow-up is going to deal damage which scales on her overhead. And her overhead increases as she heals damage, very similar to Aerith, right? It's pretty much identical to Aerith in that way, because Aerith also stores healed damage, right? Or healed, yeah, just anything healed that goes into the overhead, right? And then, just like Aerith, if an ally dies, she consumes half of the stored value. And it will revive and heal ally up to 50% of their max HP. But well, I don't know if we'll test in this video, but my understanding is this doesn't go away. So as long as you keep her at full HP, she should be able to keep reviving you upon death, which is very good. Now, someone can correct me in the comments or live if I'm wrong. It could be like Aerith that it just goes away, but I don't think it dispels. I think it just stays up. So very, very nice overhead effect there, right? So with Leonora, what do I want to start with? I guess we'll start with, well, we'll start with the call. We'll get Raijin down to make sure that no shenanigans happen. Now, she is a force charger with her 15. So this is called Get a Trainee. So let's pop this. I just want to watch the force charging here. Let's just see here. Okay, yep, we did get about 10% there, which is good. And then she did attack scaled on her overhead, much like Aerith, right? So Yet a Trainee is an instant turn. It batteries and heals the party. It also extends party buffs by 1 turn, which is nice. She gets a buff called Troya's Teachings. And this buff is an attack max brave up for herself, party attack and max brave up, HP damage taken down, HP regen, and last stand. And this is what, you know, all this stuff is what you get on the call, which is really, really nice. Now, the thing with Leonora, she's like Rem, where normally her force charging move isn't a full force charge. So characters like Leonora and Rem, they have moves that are pseudo force charging where you don't get the full gauge, and it's because they have follow-up attacks. So they're very stingy about, like, if you want full force charging, you have to not attack in any way. So Rem technically swaps turns, and then she has a follow-up, or even when she cures, it's instant turn, but then she has a follow-up. But what they've done is if you make these characters force enhancement 50, they get the full force charging. So Leonora would be like a really high priority character to give force 50, because otherwise she doesn't force charge for 10% on that. And that is actually a pretty big deal, right? So I'll hit it again, and we'll just confirm that we're getting the full. We should go up to about 33% here. Yeah, just about 33%. So that's basically a full force charge right there. So that's good. Then let's do our 35, which is called Holy. Whoops, almost pressed the wrong button. Okay, about a mil AoE, but then we get the flare with it. Dude, she just did 1.8 AoE. That's actually not bad damage, right? And this attack also heals, and then she gets the Troya's Teaching. So same thing. So pretty much like 15 is going to be your force charging move. The 35 is pretty much just your filler button. If you don't know what to press and you don't want to waste a skill use on like your LD, then you just press that. Then we got Aerith. So Aerith will do the Wombo combo. We'll do the Aerith Wombo combo, which will be BT effect, and then ramp up a little bit. Okay. Then the question is how much do I want to ramp? All right, so we'll Healing Wind, get her overhead nice and stored up. Good. Let's do another one. Yeah, I kind of feel like on her next turn, I want to go into Force right away. And Iggy is going to want to use... he's got his BT. I kind of want to go Sagefire. I might just take this almost all the way to the house. I guess Leonora herself can ramp it the rest of the way. So sure, we'll stop there. And then we'll Seal Evil. So yeah, between Raijin, Seal Evil, Ignis' stance, they're not debuffing us with anything. Which I don't even remember that this fight does any crazy debuffs, but we're just going to play it safe around here. All right, Iggy's up. We got our Force Gauge up. I think I want Sagefire up, so let's hit that. And then Leonora, we're going to go Force and just hop in and check her out. It's fine. It's fine. Total Clarity, sure. All right. So yeah, we did beat him to Force, so let's go ahead and do that. So this is called Merge Cast. With Arciella, which is quite fitting because she's dropping very soon. Arciella is going to be a little bit more hype, I think. I'm pretty excited for her. But 2 mil AoE, I mean, she's doing very suitable damage. And once again, she does have Ultima Weapon on, so she is getting like top tier damage there. But without her BT effect. Alright, so Aerith now we can go crazy. So we're going to just ramp like crazy here. But let's talk about the FR, because we just used it. We got to talk about what she's got going on here. So it does a big battery scaled on Max Brave. It does damage scaled on her overhead, which is good. And then she gets her follow-up, which is also going to do more damage scaled on her overhead. You see that her overhead is capped out right now. One thing I will say with the BT, so since I don't have it, I'm going to talk about it now while I'm on it. Her BT also heals. The burst effect does do the normal party buffs, so you're going to get Brave gains, Brave damage limit, HP damage, and HP damage limit. But she does get an additional max HP up, which actually can be kind of nice, especially with characters that like HP. An additional attack up. And then the big thing is her overhead can store 200% more and doesn't decrease. So what that would mean then is I think if you revive and heal, it wouldn't decrease on that, which is kind of crazy. So her BT definitely isn't a must get. It's not like super needed, but it is going to make her a lot better, and she's going to deal a lot more damage because the more she can store into her overhead, the more damage she gets on the LD, the more damage she's going to get on her follow-ups, right? Which is very good. All right, let's do some ramp time. We're just going to get to some insane numbers very quickly here. And we're just going to do the double Aerith, get it really high. And then what we're going to do is Leonora has a cheese strat with like a Maria setup. So after I'm done with the main showcase, we're going to hop in quick again. And I do want to show you how to do like kind of what her glitch or her bug is that you may have heard people talk about. And we're going to see if we can get some really insane gains. Now this Aerith strat that I do is the exact reason I feel like you don't have to do the Leonora strat. Because we're going to get, you know, you do that, you bring in the friend, you just do this again. And you can see on Leonora's FR, we're ramping like crazy, which I still have to tell you her conditions. I kind of diverted to the BT, like mid-FR, so we're going to go through that. But I just want to confirm this here as we go through. But we're getting, yeah, okay, 135, so pretty big. Oh, you know what? The friend one is getting a little bit less, but we did get 160 with mine, and I'll explain why. This is fine, though, because this isn't going to hurt us at all. So let's finish going over the FR, right? So what our HP conditions are, which are very good, you just have to have 100% or more HP on the turn for 40%, very similar to Ignis. And then the other one is just having a special effect active on your turn. Basically, this means having like an overhead buff. So the reason why the friend Aerith didn't echo as much is because she didn't have the BT effect up, which is where the special effect comes from. But that's fine, because we're going to use her BT effect now, and she's going to get it. And that was still just like free ramp, right? We're at 725, which is very good. Now, because this attack is giving her the overhead, I don't know if it will count here either. We'll see. If we get 80%, it worked. If not, it means that her getting it didn't count. Let's see. She did get it. Yeah, 95%. Very good. So doing the attack that gave her the overhead did count. So that was nice. Okay, that's fine. We'll keep taking 0 damage. Iggy, I think Iggy, yeah. My boy Iggy can echo here. Yeah. Let's see. We're basically at max gauge already. So, yeah. This is why it's like you can get there very easily, like if you have the right setup. But we'll show the cheese. The cheese is going to be kind of fun to do too. And then the total clarity, sure. Big time damage. We'll take the tentacle knocks. And actually, these guys are fairly aggressive, so if they do KO one of my allies, I wouldn't mind seeing it go off. Although, I don't know how it would interact with Aerith up at the same time, if they would all trigger. You never know, it might. Okay, so we still need to see the EX. And we still need to see her LD, right? So, sure, let's hop in with the EX. This is Particle Bomb. I think this is one of her stronger attacks. Let's see what the damage is here. This is at almost the max gauge. Okay, so 13 mil AoE, but then you count the follow-up. So we got about 10 mil, so that's about 23 mil AoE. That's solid damage, right? For sure, and that's without her BT effect. Her BT effect is going to add a ton of damage onto that. Sure, let's echo again. Go crazy here. Oh, sorry. I did the EX, so we got to talk about the EX, because the EX is actually super incredibly important, right? So her EX, it heals the party, does the AoE attack, Brave gains, restores the skill use of her skill 1 and skill 2, but then gets a very important buff called Concealed Feelings. This Concealed Feelings buff is an attack and HP damage up, party Brave gains up, HP healing 20% on Brave gain. So this is the big thing that's interesting about her, and she does have it at quest start, I suppose, so she does get it, but the EX is going to refresh that. So what this does is it makes the allies actually heal anytime they do Brave damage in Brave gain. And this is kind of the key to making her chi strat work, which we'll talk about kind of on the next section here. Let me just do a Fury Brand. We'll hit that. And then we'll get Leonora's LD here, which we haven't done yet. We're about to pop these guys, by the way. Sure, we'll take all that 0 damage. Alright. So let's hit the LD here, which is called a Little Black Magic. Oh, she gets Porum there. Interesting. Or Palom. Sorry, Palom. Alright. So let's talk about the LD. So the LD, this one gets a lot stronger if you have the BT, right? That was pretty good follow-up damage, though, too. So it's full HP damage 3 times, and it's scaled on 200% of her stored value. And remember, the BT allows you to store more into that, so thusly it's going to increase the damage a lot. And it doesn't consume any of her Brave damage. And then she gets a buff called Blossoming Talent. And this is going to be a party attack up, Brave damage up, Brave gains up, HP damage, and overflow up. And once again, this is what you get from the call, which I think is really, really good. So yeah, that's basically it. I think, yeah, This enemy's basically dead, so sure, let's just go ahead and attack through. I guess we'll just finish this fight off because they're going to die. And then we'll hop in and we'll show, like, the special chi strat. But yeah, she's definitely, like, a really nice, solid support character for sure. And I think with the BT, she is going to do really, really nice damage. But she's definitely not top tier. We could overwhelm, sure. This will probably kill. Overwhelm does so much damage, it's crazy. Yeah, 40 million. Alright, so that fight is done. So now we're going to go into overtime a little bit on this character guide. We normally would be done there. But we got to show off some cheese here. Fingers crossed it's going to work. I don't think to this day they've patched it on JP. It's definitely not intended. So we'll see if they did any shenanigans and like patched it up. So let's go into the same fight. But we got this team here. So we're going to have Maria and we're going to have Arden. So yeah, let's hop in. And I've got some good calls on to make sure I don't die. And I definitely want a friend that can ramp. Because we just want to ramp up fast and get into FR ASAP. So let's go ahead and do it. Alright, so essentially what this is to do this strat, you have to have Leonora, you have to have Maria, and you have to have a character that depletes their own health. So Arden is just like an example, okay? So the first thing I'm going to do is we are going to just get Arden out of here. And we are just going to force charge like crazy. And then we have to get Maria FR up, and then we specifically have to attack with Arden while Leonora's EX is up. Now, Leonora's EX is up. Oh, shoot. I was going to put a call on Leonora to, like, charge her EX in case I need to refresh it, but I think we can just hopefully set it up without having to use, like, 4 of her turns. Although, if I force charge with her... Wait, her force charge does extend party buff. So, yeah, I think I can force charge with her... And it should extend it, so we should be okay. So Arden, I don't even know what I want to do with you. It's been so long since I've used you. Let's put this down. We can maybe delay him a little bit. If this delays. They got frame turns, but... Yeah, the frame turns protected. That's fine. I don't really need to do Arden's... I guess I could do Arden's burst just to, like, force charge, but... Maybe. I don't think we need to do that. Sure, let's just do Aura of Darkness. And then I just really want to make sure... Yeah, I want Raijin down. Alright, so we just really got to watch her EX buff. Which is Concealed Feeling. So we just got to make sure we don't let that run out. So I'm just going to check on her quick. Okay, Concealed Feelings is at 4. So I'm just going to ramp quick and see that stays at 4, hopefully. Because this should be extending party buffs. We'll double check it. I think it did. Yep, it did. Perfect. All right, so we can ramp with her for free. So we're going to get to max, then we're going to go Maria FR, and then we've got Arden followed up. So yeah, we should be able to demo this, and it should be pretty quick. And essentially what happens is, it has a very weird interaction that, like, if you deplete your own health, because remember what Leonora's EX does. So I should kind of explain this more properly for people that don't know what's going on here. So Maria's FR is what we're going to lead with. It's one of its FR conditions is you get 2% HP gauge anytime you heal, and it includes off-turn healing, because that's kind of what Maria does, right? Leonora's EX makes it so that you heal when you Brave gain. So this is off-turn healing, that you're just dealing Brave hits and you're healing. So it has this weird interaction that if I deplete my own health and I'm healing it back with Leonora, it makes the gauge ramp up like way more than it should. For 2% ticks, and you get insane like 400 to 600% gains in one turn. So that's what we're kind of looking for here. So now that I've properly explained that, we'll do one more ramp here, and then I should be able to pass turn. Can I pass turn? I'm going to ramp one more time just to be safe. Oh, and then I've got our EX up anyway, so yeah, we're for sure going to... That's fine. And the enemy might be able to trigger their force, but that I don't mind because we've got Raijin up. Yeah, they're going to trigger their force time. I don't care about that, but we are going to hit the EX to make sure that that's refreshed, which it will be. All right, so we're good here. They're going to go into force. Raijin should keep us nice and protected. Yep. Okay. And I kind of want to take multiple turns under this Maria. I want to just test some things out with it, right? Okay. All right, so we go into Maria FR. Twin bow play. So the one thing you're sacrificing with this strat is Maria is a bit of an older character. She's definitely still usable being a trap-based character, but she doesn't have Echo, but you would be leading with her FR anyways, right? All right, so now her FR, the idea is we're healing on tick. So we're going to test it out. So we're going to use the LD. So this is going to deplete his health. The idea is we should heal it back and get an insane gain from Leonora's EX. So let's hit the LD here. We are draining our health down. He's going to be healing on these brave gains. A bunch of healing ticks. Right? Or not? Am I crazy? 38%. That did not work. What did I do wrong? What did I do wrong? Is her EX effect is definitely up. I'm probably doing something wrong. This is once again, this is a dry run. I'm hopping in. She's got concealed feelings. Party's brave gain. We'll just take a couple more swings here. Let me do a different attack, I guess. Let's try. We did the LD. Let's do Warp Strike. Maybe somebody in my live chat can tell me. Let me see here. I feel like the healing isn't that great, but you know what? Hold on. Let's see what we get here. What do we get for percentage there? 71. Okay, that did feel stronger than it should. And I think possibly what... Let me just see. Okay, and that triggered a little bit off turn. I noticed my HP gains were very low. Part of it could maybe have to do, like, maybe Leonora's BT effect helps that a little bit. But, like, 70-something% was a lot. But, like, on these JP videos, they were getting, like, 400 to 600%. Let's just... I want to get a couple more Ardent turns. We'll just play with it a little bit more. And then maybe later on, I'm sure people will correct me in the comments or whatever. But this is the general idea. So then if I get better clarification on how to set this up more properly, I'll probably just do another video with it. So we'll just call this like a bonus onto the character guide, right? We'll just keep looking at the gains here. Okay, we got 50% on that one for attacking. We got the follow-up there. Okay, unless it has something to do with these enemies being in FR, is that like negating it? That would be really bad. That would be really bad. All right, I'm not seeing anybody in my comments correcting me, so maybe I'm not doing anything wrong here. We'll see. Let's do... Sure, we'll do Maria's LD here. Okay, yeah, we are under her FR effect. All right, I'm going to do Arden's LD again. All right, Arden lost a little HP there. That's fine. Let's try this. Because, yeah, getting like 70% or whatever, that's nothing too crazy. Let's hit the LD. It could be that these enemies are very defensive because this is the Rex fight. I'm almost tempted to like quickly hop into another fight, but I don't know. That's good brave hits. He's only healing 349 though. He's healing very low. Yeah, 45% doesn't seem like that much. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to putz with it a little bit more. I don't want this video to go too long, but there you go. There's Leonora. We got the base character guide in there. She does look like a very solid character with some brave gain and whatever. In terms of this Arden cheese stuff, whatever, like I said, we'll play around with it. I'll do another video once I've set it up properly. But yeah, it's clearly not giving me the crazy gains. Or the other thing is maybe they patched it. Like, it's possible they patched it, right? Because yeah, 59% there. That's not like breaking the bank, right? That's definitely fine. And then there goes Maria's off turn. So you can let me know in the comments if you know if I'm doing something wrong or if they patched it. I'll confirm with like my Discord and my live chat. We'll figure it out. So anyways, let me know what you think of Leonora. I think she's a very good support character, especially for Black. Thanks for watching. We'll catch y'all on the next one.